that that's how it's supposed to work. If that's ever in the history ever of people setting up debates, that that's ever been how it's worked. That someone just arbitrarily picks a time and a place, and you admit you had no time and you did not have a date picked. So there was no reason you couldn't come to me and say, here's 2 dates that could work, and allowed me to do that. And by the way, I would still like for you guys to do that, okay? And one more thing that I want to put out there, because your 24-hour demand is ridiculous. It's silly.
So Candace Owens is at it again. Ever since the unaliving of Charlie Kirk, she's been online going crazy. She's been exposing. She's been calling out presidents of countries. She's been calling out their protected class. She's been calling out billionaires, trillionaires, any and everybody that she believes that was involved. She's calling them out. She's been going back and forth with Turning Point USA to the point where Turning Point USA now has called her out for a public debate. They invited her to come out to Phoenix, Arizona on December 15th to come out and put up or shut up. Show that you can show and prove. Now, Candace Owens is saying that that's not good for her. You guys, she issued out the challenge, but you guys issued something in 24 hours and was demanding that she show up in Phoenix, Arizona for this debate where they never worked out the formalities of how this thing would be set up. They never worked out an actual date together. They put these dates out and then put it online to make it seem like Candace Owens was stuck in them. This is what she's alleging, right? But people online, they're afraid for Candace Owens' safety and telling Candace, don't you go out there with them. Anything can happen. Now, mind you, Tyler Robinson was the person that was supposed to be incarcerated for unaliving Charlie Kirk. We haven't heard anything from him, right? We haven't heard anything from him, the police, or how any of this really transpired, right? Now, Tim Pool, he's upset with Candace Owens. There's a lot of people that they say that are being funded by that protected group, and they're trying to run interference and destroy Candace Owens' credibility, right? But you have people online telling Candace don't go, and they're saying this.
So have y'all been keeping up with the Candace Owens Who Assassinated Charlie Kirk series? Because when I say it is better than daytime TV in the 80s, I'm tuned in like it's an 80s soap opera. Because every day she is bringing new receipts, new information, and yeah, who assassinated Charlie Kirk? Who tried to assassinate Donald Trump? Those are the things that I want to know. And I feel like she may be the person to get to the bottom of it. But Candace Owens, do not go to them people's territory. Like you said, they can send you a link. They want you to meet on December 15th, 2 p.m. in Arizona, when everybody knows that you can do everything virtually right now. Nowadays, ever since COVID, things can be remotely completed. You can be anywhere in the world with a link. So stand on business. Yeah, if they want to talk, if they want to get to the bottom of it, they will kindly send you a link. Just how they've had others join the show remote. You can join the show remote, sis. So yes, stand on business. If they really want to talk, they will send that link. But if y'all have not tuned in to Candace Owens' series of Who Assassinated Charlie Kirk, you might want to tune in to that.
Now, people have been very upset with Candace Owens, and they've been trying to get her to show more proof, right? So you even have people like Brandon Tatum. He came out and was actually trying to like sneak this, because we know that he interviewed you know who on his channel. I ain't got to say his name, but he interviewed him on the channel, right? And they was insinuating that he was getting like $6,000 or whatever, $6,000 every time he would do a live stream and defend that place, right? And defend them people. So for a long time, that protected class, they was able to have protection under a lot of these radical rights that supported their cause. But now a lot of the radical right is pulling their support and they're going against them. But there's people like Tim Pool. He's upset. He can't stand Candace Owens, right? And what you see is, I'm not a fan of neither one of them. I can't stand Candace Owens myself. But I'm enjoying watching the radical right ship leak oil. The ship is leaking oil fast and it's sinking like the Titanic. And they're going back and forth while the protected class is just divvying out dollars for whoever do their bidding, right? But let's look at Tim Pool. Let's look at Tim Pool and what he had to say about Candace Owens.
You can come and you can burn everything I have to the ground, and I will happily live in a van down by the river. I don't care to be number one. I don't need to be number one. What I care about is what is true and what will help this country and what works. And she is a scumbag. Okay? And she's getting worse every day. And she crossed the line. She continually crosses the line every day, insinuating the turning point literally who made them all rich. And I hear this in the streets, and at a certain point I'm like, holy, we're gonna lose the midterms. We're gonna lose the midterms. Then we're gonna lose in 2028, and it's because she's a because instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupidest crap. And now everybody's running around divided and broken. For what reason? For literally what reason?
So all these people were supportive of Candace Owens just 2 years ago, the token black woman who said all the talking points that they wanted to hear. She was going in on the black community, holding the black community accountable, talking about everybody but W folks. The minute she started going in on that protected class, that was it. She was out. And we thought that she was down and out and it was over for her. The funny thing is, she bounced back bigger than ever. She bounced back bigger than ever. And when Charlie Kirk was unalive, since Charlie Kirk has been unalive, she's even propelled to a higher stature. So some of it from the radical right is jealous because they're not having a following. And then some of it is they're being paid to go after her, right? Now, you know, my community, we're no fans of Candace Owens. Candace Owens said that she married for IQ when she married a W man. So we already know what she think about herself and black people. But like I said, I'm enjoying watching the radical right leak oil, because you have, when you hear this, you have Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is also coming after her. He's livid. He's very upset, right? And he's calling her all kinds of names, and he's saying this.
Turning Point says they're going to do a live stream. They're going to answer all the questions about Charlie Kirk. They invite her to show up. She says, challenge accepted. Name the time, name the place. We don't need to plan it out. Let's just do it. They say, okay, December 15th. She goes, oh, but that's a bad day for me. I can't do it then. Can I Skype in? Can I Zoom? We can't. What are we doing here? And I said it on Telegram. You actually just have to admire the audacity. This woman has gone in every single day for 3 months, and she has dragged everybody, and like every country, the wife, the friends, the company, the government, the FBI, Israel, France, Egypt. She's dragged everybody through this, whatever you want to call it, this investigation. It's served up to her on a silver platter. All right, uncle, we give up. We're losing to disinformation and mass hysteria. You know, the open society is failing. Mass psychosis has taken hold over the nation. Fine, we'll do a live stream. We'll justify why we didn't kill our boss, and you can ask us anything you want. Just show up. And she goes, I can't that day. Honestly, what else do you have going on? This is your job. You're a YouTuber. She acts like she's a wagey, like, oh, I got to check with my boss. This is your job. This has been your obsession and crusade for 3 months. Literally, what could you have going on? And I see some people already defending. They say, well, you'd understand if you had kids. It's Christmas time. Okay, I think you get a special dispensation. First of all, it's the 15th. People are working and going to school right up until Christmas Eve sometimes. It's 10 days before Christmas, okay? Second of all, you know, I think her family would understand. Her whole family's dragged. I think her family would understand. Maybe we could reschedule the family Christmas party to the 17th, the 19th. Go and do what you got to do. People will defend anything, I guess.
So Candace Owens, she's hearing all these things, and she took to her channel to respond. And boy, did she respond. She said this.
Like, how am I supposed to see this? The live stream we announced on the show Wednesday has been set. That would imply to the audiences that they reached out to me and we set a time. No, he goes on at 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. local time on Monday, December 15th. a collection of Charlie's friends will respond to statements made by Candace Owens to set the record straight once and for all prior to the opening of America Fest. Now, if it's going to be once and for all, it sounds pretty final. I mean, I would assume that I would have to contribute so that I could answer back, right? He goes on to write, we'll be live streaming, as he said from the beginning. This is going to be a live streamed event from Charlie's Phoenix studio. Our offer from yesterday holds. If Candace wishes to join us in person in Phoenix, she is welcome to do so. She can let us know by the end of today. Why? Well, I'm sorry. If you're saying this is happening on the 15th, why am I getting 24 hours to be able to respond to you? That doesn't make any sense. That, for some reason, feels like this is a BS offer and a really cheap PR move. There's no reason to issue a 24-hour response and to put this up in the middle of the night, A. B, there's no reason you didn't reach out to me and say, hey, does this work? Can I check some flights, see if I can get in there? Nope. This is it. They put this up there on the 15th. The last week of our show is live. Obviously, leading up to Christmas, that's the last week of our show. Obviously, it's a pretty busy week. So I'm like, okay, caught off guard by this, but you know what? I sense this is a PR move. So let me say, you've already said it's live streamed. If an event is live streamed, of course, we can make it work any place. I mean, at any time, any day, we can make this happen, right? Because you're live streaming it. There's no reason I can't show up electronically, okay? I respond to him and I say this, kind of weird how you didn't email or call me to ask about times or availability and instead chose to tweet this confirmation out at midnight. Why am I learning about this on X? December 15th does not work in person. And 2 p.m. happens to also be the literal time that I do my podcast live every day, which you knew. But we will happily cancel the daily podcast and we'll join you guys virtually instead for the live stream on the 15th. If that works on your end, let's lock it in, ? Okay, we're jumping here. Let's just make it happen, okay? That's the beauty of the internet. That is the beauty of 2025. You can literally be any place, anytime. Just send me a link, right? Any place, anytime, and we can join you virtually. In fact, today on their show, they had Andrew Colbert joining them virtually. So they have the tech capability to do this. We have tech capability to do this. Let's make this sincere and do this for people around the world who do not feel that you guys have been honest and forthcoming in terms of answers that you could obviously supply regarding Charlie Kirk's assassination. Well, if we needed any more evidence that nothing that they do is genuine and that this was an obvious planned PR move, here is what Blake tweeted out just now before we went live on this show. Yesterday, we made it clear that we would be scheduling a formal response to allegations and accusations that you have made. We have decided that that response will be delivered during a live stream, as he said, a live stream, on December 15th. Thank you for your response, letting us know that you will not be joining the in-person conversation. We will be proceeding without you. Why are you proceeding without me? To have a conversation that is about me. Why am I getting 24 hours to respond? Why do you need me there in person if you are trying to be...
Now, if I was Candace Owens' husband, I wouldn't allow her to show up there. I think that they should do it live streaming. Do it on a live stream from the comfort of her living room. But she said if they can redo the dates, because the 15th does not work for her. It's too close to Christmas. She has other things going on. This is what she's saying. I don't know if she's scared or not, but she's saying that that's a no-can-do date. Now, when she said that, they're going online now saying that she's scared. They're calling her all kinds of names. They're just doing all kinds of stuff, right? To try to say that basically she's just blowing hot air. And she's not really about what she says she's about. She's doing all this for clout and money. Now, she said that if Erica Kirk is there, she'll show up with her husband, her team, and she'll be able to lay out all the things where so she can lay it out to Erica Kirk and let Erica Kirk see things that they're not showing her. That's what she's alluding to, right? My whole thing is, that, where does this end for Candace Owens? How far are you willing to go with this? And then, like, when does it stop? When does it end? What's the end game on this, right? Who has your back going forward, right, after all this blows over? Because these people don't forget nothing. They don't forget nothing. They come to eat your food. So the whole thing is, you're out on the island all alone by yourself, right? Tim Pool saying that the radical right, they're going to lose the primary, they're going to lose the 2028 election. Of course you are. Of course you are. Because the president is on stage left to expose W supremacy and the W patriarchal male and how racist he is. And they've done a great job in doing that. And what it's done is it's alienated so many people in America and in the country that the W man is like public enemy number one now. Because you guys are so dumb, when he got in office and he started doing all this stuff and y'all start coming out and all your racism and bigotry, you expose yourself. In an era where everything is played out on social media everywhere around the world. So now America's looking like this big racist pot that people don't want to be affiliated with. So now when it's time to run for office, they're not going to vote for that W patriarchal male. It's not going to happen. And y'all was stupid enough to fall into the trap. So when it comes to that, so Tim Pool, yeah, you can cancel Christmas because y'all them days is over for you guys, man. But when it comes to Candace Owens, if I was her, I wouldn't go down there. I wouldn't go down there, right, to their designated place where they want to have you, right? Because at the end of the day, they had Charlie Kirk over there in Utah. And if he got unalived in Utah, you can only imagine, man, what they'll do to you. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.